The waters of Hungary create white vistas and create new life everywhere it goes. People gain inspiration found nowhere else and cherish its fruit as it ages. The sweet, warm fragrance seeps into the heart to become dazzling treasures. Having found the treasures of Hungary made by water, I am now off to my final destination. This place appeared out of nowhere and charmed the hearts of those in search of fertile land. People created a pearl-like culture amid a heart-trending history of loss upon more loss. Life blooms, withers, and lends itself wholly onto nature. Like Balaton holds legends deep in its depths, I'm now heading off to discover the stories hidden in the depth of it. Lake Balaton is the largest lake in Central Europe. Stories of the water that were created over several centuries squirm beneath the surface of the beautiful lake. Hungary is a landlocked country that borders 7 other countries. Geographically, it could not avoid war, large or small. Wars were more intense at the waterfront. Hungary, which was in magnificent Renaissance, took a turn of fate in 1526 where there was water. It started in Mohács, a city on the Donau River, as well as being the shield of Europe. Do remnants of those tales still remain in Mohács? While I was walking in Mohács, I encountered a group of people coming from the opposite side in the most bizarre attire. They put me in a daze, making clamorous noise in their scary masks and sheepskin.
Ember vagy? Ember vagy? Nem vagy ember? Oké, mit csináltok itt? Mi ez? Mi ez? Mi?
Buszójárás van. Átmegyünk a folyón.
I ask what they are up to, and they gesture for me to follow them.
강을 건너야 된다는데 무슨 영문인지 모르겠어요. 우선 따라가 보려고요.
In a Hungarian legend, there is a tale about a group of people who went to battle wearing masks against the Ottoman Turks. Perhaps it has something to do with them.
Valamikor a legenda szerint a törököket űzték ki a busok, de csak a legenda szerint. A valós helyzet nem ez. A busójárás sokász néphagyomány. A sokász pásztoroknak az ősi ünnepe volt. A legenda ahhoz, hogy a törököket elzavarták Mohácsról, semmi köze nincs. Ez csak egy legenda.
Following the war with the Ottoman Turks, these people comforted their pain of losing in the war with their mask parade.
굉장히 시끄럽고 이거 굉장히 무거워요. 한 손으로 하기 너무 힘들어요.
The noisemakers must have lifted the spirits of the disheartened people. The war has ended, but every year in Mohács, they hold this mask carnival the day before Easter. They also have a racing match to see who among the masked men crosses the Donau River first. When the match is over, they burn a scarecrow which represents Turks, and then they go to the town square where they begin the mask parade, which is the carnival's biggest attraction. I'm told that the streets are filled with crowds of people wearing masks on the day of the carnival. The cans hanging from them make a racket with every step they take. The townspeople must be used to this. I'm sure this child will grow up and enjoy the carnival too. I'm now following the masked people into a building.
와, 인형이에요.
쭉.
와.
The parade disappears and life-size dolls fill its place. They suddenly jump out at me. The masked men in the parade are famous for their pranks.
Hát, hogy a busó kultúrát őrizzék tovább. Meg hát, hogy vendégek lássanak valamit évközben is a busójárásból.
Hungarians, who were ruled by the Ottoman Turks for a long time after the war, must have forgotten about the painful reality for a while through this mask carnival.
Amikor az ember szabaddá teszi magát, a lelkét és az egész testét, a hosszú napok szürkeségéből átvált, és elbújik mögötte, és egy ilyen állarcot jelképez, átváltozást jelképez.
While Hungarians dreamed of freedom under the masks, the Ottoman Turks continued farther into the west. Then they reached Lake Balaton, which is referred to as the Hungarian Sea. However, the people of Lake Balaton had built a rigorous fortress to win the war. It was Sumeg Castle.
(500년이) 넘은 성인데 형태가 굉장히 잘 보존이 되어 있어요.
Sumeg Castle sits atop a high hill against a steep cliff and fended off the invaders. These peace-loving people had to fight to preserve this beautiful land.
발라톤이라는 호수를 끼고 있기 때문에 옛날부터 땅이 굉장히 비옥하고 농사가 잘 됐다고 하는데 그것 때문에 이웃 국가에서 굉장히 탐을 많이 냈다고 해요. 근데 제가 지금 이렇게 올라와서 보니까 그 이유를 알 것 같아요. 굉장히 아름다워요.
Before, the Ottoman Turks were the Mongolians, and after were the Austrians who pursued this land. The recurring wars bore a new culture. Below the castle, I found people in the attire of knights in the Middle Ages, riding horses into a training arena. Are they about to engage in some major race? They ride tentatively and check the horse's condition.
Jó napot kívánok!
Mi történik itt? Mit csináltok?
Készülünk a harcra.
Harcra?
Megyünk.
Milyen harc?
Megyünk harcolni a föld alá.
Jó, úristen, tényleg?
Így van.
이 안에서 지금 전쟁을 한다는데 지금 무슨 소리인지 모르겠어요. 이 땅 밑에서 전쟁을 할 거래요. 저 전쟁에 초대받았는데 이게 초대받은 건지 뭔지 모르겠어요, 지금.
I don't have any weapons, but I've decided to follow along anyway. The horse stops at a training area.
És később pedig a lovakkorban és a Rákóczi szabadságharc idején is nagyon nagy szerepe volt a sümegi várnak a történelembe.
They also reproduce shields containing coat of arms of the families who took part in the war, as well as helmets. Would this helmet save the knights from the enemy's arrow?
와, 굉장히 무겁고요. 근데 뭔가 이렇게 든든해요. 아무도 저를 못해야 할 것 같아요.
Now that I have sufficient defensive armor, I'm going to try attacking. Well, I must have been quite good.
Nagyon jó. Be fogunk venni a csapatba. Igen.
Tényleg?
Természetesen. Egy gyönyörű szép jelmezt fogok neked adni.
와!
What will I be able to do in a war among medieval knights?
A kabátot vedd le, légy szíves.
공연 시간이 얼마 안 남아서 굉장히 긴장돼요.
Balta has given me a dress instead of a suit of armor. Without any explanation, he then leads me to my place. I feel nervous and awkward, being on an unfamiliar stage without a script. Finally, the show begins. As the valiant knights enter the arena, aristocrat maidens also enter and take a seat by me one after another.
Már most mindegyik elvégezte a feladatot, és ilyenkor ezzel udvarolhatnak egy nemes hölgynek.
At last, I learned my role.
이 위치도 저한테 이렇게 걸맞지 않은 것 같고 뭔가 맞지 않은 옷을 입은 것 같기도 한데 쑥스럽고 부끄럽고 그래요.
I'm going to watch and see who the most gallant knight is. The first knight races toward the mark and throws his dagger. The second hits the mark as well. The audience applauds, and I hand a flower to the knight. My nerve-wracking role is finally over. The more intense part of the show follows. The dagger-throwing performance is followed by a sword fight. A medieval fighting scene that I've only witnessed on screen unfolds before me.
우리나라에 마당놀이가 있는 것처럼 여기서도 이런 놀이가 있다는 게 너무 흥미롭고.
The big finale is the cavalryman. The victor is determined after a big fight. The knight wins the big honors.
Régen Magyarországon és a sümegi várban ezekkel a programokkal szórakoztatták lovagi tornákkal magukat az emberek.
The wounds of a long battle, while one side tries to seize and the other tries to defend, a pearl-like culture was begotten, and Hungary ultimately was able to preserve their treasure, Lake Balaton. Lake Balaton was coined the Hungarian Sea, which is a suitable nickname as a lake is as big as Seoul. This gigantic lake has a birth story that suits its large size. However, the story originates from the mountains instead of the water.
지금 제가 걷고 있는 이곳이 화산 분화구인데요. 저쪽 보시면 그때 당시 폭발했을 때 얼마나 어마어마한 폭파가 있었는지 저 흔적들로 정말 상상할 수가 있는데 정말 어마어마하지 않아요?
The volcanic eruption, which occurred millions of years ago, has created a magnificent landscape. Lake Balaton was made by this crustal movement.
얼마나 폭발이 컸냐면요. 이렇게 눕혀져 있던 지각이 이렇게 세워진 거예요. 그 어마어마한 폭발로 인해서.
This basalt mountain must have witnessed so many lives bloom and wither, standing tall like this. I decide to climb up to the peak of that time and imagine what it was like when Lake Balaton was being developed.
여기서 보니까 발라톤 호수가 한눈에 다 보이고 정말 멋져요. 너무 아름다워요.
The volcano created a huge lake and provided ash, making the land fertile. I'm sure the mountain is also embedding the time we are living in stoically in its body. I head back to Lake Balaton. The lake is quiet. Only the clear, quiet ripples play across the surface. The man has set up his fishing rods and has a fire going.
점심으로 소세지 구워 드시려고 이렇게 불을 피워 놓으셨대요. 근데 굉장히 따뜻해요. 아, 손이 꽁꽁 얼었었는데 너무 따뜻해요.
I watch him fish, but there is no sign of fish no matter how long I wait.
ugye?
Igen.
Lesz egy nagy hal, megesszük, jó? Éhes vagyok.
Nem tudom, ha egy hátán nem fogtam semmit.
Egy? Te?
Egy hátán.
요, minek 번짓? 아저씨 벌써 일주일째 고기 한 마리도 못 잡으셨대요. 어떡해요. 맨날 배고프게 집으로 돌아가셨다고.
Perhaps this vast ocean-like lake makes you magnanimous. He is very patient.
네, 오다돈 낼게.
Oda.
köszönöm szépen. 쳐주신대요.
He is generously sharing his meal.
köszönöm szépen. 우와, 우와 이거. 바삭해요. 맛있어요. 배고파서 먹어서 그런지 더 맛있어요.
Bivaj-húsból.
미바이 후시볼. 우와.
뭐라고?
아, 제가 그 물소 버팔로 고기로 만든 소세지를 먹고 있었어요. 처음 먹어봐요. 너무 신기하다.
Erre voltak bivajok, éltek itt tennék.
Could it be that it's easier to catch buffaloes at Lake Balaton than fish? He didn't catch any fish even while grilling another sausage.
Itt van.
Köszönöm.
Jó, itt vagyok. Remélem ma sok halat fogsz.
Én is szeretem.
Szerencséd lesz, jó?
Jó.
Oké.
Still, I'm sure he'll get a taste of fish someday if he keeps waiting.
köszönöm szépen, viszontlátásra.
It was a short but pleasant encounter.
덕분에 든든한 점심도 얻어먹고 앞으로의 여정을 든든하게 계속할 수 있을 것 같아요.
I feel like I'll be able to find new aspects of the lake if I keep walking by the lake. The next thing I encounter is a herd of buffaloes. Balaton means mud. For buffaloes, which dwell in marshes or near rivers, Balaton is a perfect habitat.
István vagyok.
István! Jaj, de örülök, hogy találkoztunk. Szia, mik ezek? Itt, milyen állatok ezek?
Ázsiai vízibivajok.
Ázsiai?
Igen,
tényleg?
majd 400 évvel már tenyésztik Magyarországon.
Aha.
Nagyon hasznos állat, finom a húsa, nagyon finom a teje, és le lehet legeltetni vele olyan legelőt, ahol vizes a legelő, ahol már nem lehet géppel lekaszálni a füvet.
I'm going to get a closer observation of the buffaloes.
굉장히 얌전하다는데 그래도 무서워요.
The large buffaloes have characteristic traits of black hide and curved horns. They usually dwell in herds of grasslands near water. Large herds have over 1,000 buffaloes. The leader of the herds are old females, and this herd is also following its leader into their stable. There used to be many buffaloes, but now wild buffaloes are endangered. This is the first time I'm seeing them up close.
얼굴 크기가 제 몸통보다 더 커요. 우와. 와, 진짜 엄청 커요. 실제로 보니까. 우와. 되게 튼튼해요.
Izutban used to live in the city, but he was enamored by the views of Lake Balaton and altered his aim for life. He claims nothing can compare to the sense of worth that he feels in rural life.
제가 쫓아가니까 거위들이 놀래가지고 지금 난리 났어요.
I'm going to lend a hand in their busy farm work. Chasing and driving the flock of geese, I finally get them into their pen.
자, 그래. 길이 제일 좋지? 너도 집에.
There are some animals that can't contain their energy even in this slow afternoon that makes everyone else doze off. This wild horse is hard to tame. Izutban says he knows how to handle such horses.
A kis csikó így kéretőzik be a csapatba, hogy ne bántsál, kicsi vagyok, félős vagyok, barátod leszek, és akkor erre ráfigyel, és akkor megfogom a kötőfékét, észrevétlenül, utána már barátom.
I also tried calling the horse the way Izutban has shown me.
저한테는 아직 안 오네요.
I guess it's still a bit early to bond.
És akkor szerint.
Izutban says he spends a lot of time with the horses in order to bond with them.
A ló úgy működik, hogy foglalkoztunk otthon is állatokkal, mindig is volt, és megszerettem őket, én ezt akarom csinálni, és csak ehhez értek.
Thanks to him, the animals here get to live in the coziest home in Lake Balaton. And this warm home also provides Izutban with happiness. The amazing landscape of Lake Balaton is not limited to the country. I'm now off to the town of Polka off the lake. A subterranean cave was discovered at this town 100 years ago. Could there actually be a cave in the middle of this bustling town?
Persze, hát tudod, itt merre van a barlang? Barlang? Itt lemész, elmész erre lefelé, aztán itt lesz fölfelé egy domb, és azon felkanyarodsz.
Oké.
De elmegyek veled odáig, ha gondolod.
tényleg?
Persze, menjünk.
Oké, menjünk.
All of the residents in this town know where the underground cave is like the back of their hands.
Rögtön. Köszi, rendes vagy! Szia!
Someone guides me kindly near to my destination, but I'm still dubious if I'm on the right track.
지도 보고 물어봐서 찾아오긴 했는데 도대체 이런 도시에, 이런 시내에 어디 동굴이 있다는 건지 정말 상상이 안 돼요. 이런데 어떻게 동굴이 있지?
I'm going to ask.
Van, igen. Bármilyen meglepő is.
tényleg?
Tényleg, itt a talpunk alatt.
여기가 동굴이라는데 아니 도대체 어디가 동굴이라는 건지 진짜 모르겠어요.
Egyáltalán nem hihetetlen. Ez itt a Takócai Tavasbarlang, ami a Balaton felvidéki Nemzeti Park Igazgatóság felügyelete alá tartozik.
látom.
When I enter the steel gate, all I can see is a construction site. They're building facilities to accommodate the tourists that have been increasing each year. The cave was discovered accidentally by a cook 100 years ago while digging a well. The scenery changes about halfway down.
진짜 동굴이 있어요.
Köszönöm szépen. Nagyon szívesen.
The stairs lead into the cave. The man-made path stops here. Now, a limestone path created by nature during ancient times unfolds. There is something else which catches my attention.
Ez víz?
Ez víz. Kristálytiszta és gyakorlatilag ivóvíz.
어머! 어머 어머. 어머 어머. 진짜 따뜻하다. 지금 보니까 렌즈에도 이 물방울이 송글송글 맺힌 것 같은데 이 물 때문에 그런 것 같아요. 굉장히 따뜻하거든요. Miért van itt ilyen sok víz?
Ez sok, ez szinte csak egy kis tócsa a többihez képest, ami ott van túloldalon. Na gyere, nézzük meg gyorsan azt.
Okay.
Apparently, warm water seeped in through the limestone and filled the cave.
Úristen, miért vannak csónakok a barlangban?
Azért, hogy csónak lehessen a nagy tavon.
아니, 이 동굴 안에 물이 얼마나 많길래 이 배를 타고 들어간다는 건지 저는 도저히 지금 상상이 안 돼요.
I'm skeptical as I walk along dry land.
어머, 여기 물 많은 것 좀 보세요. 어머 어머.
There really is a boat floating on the blue water. I can feel the heat emitting from the water.
A csónakházak körünk 180 méter hosszúságú, körülbelül kényelmesen 10 perc, míg egy csónak körbefut.
There is an old path in this cave.
középen van a részvény, és
뭔가 이 안에 굉장히 아름답고 신비로운 게 있을 것 같아요.
I feel as though I'm going to enter an unknown world if I pass through this passageway. This cave is estimated to have been made 1.3 billion years ago. The walls are limestone and marl, made from ancient oceanic sediment.
그 외에 놀이동산 같은 데서 이렇게 배 타고 들어가 본 적은 있는데요. 이렇게 실제로 진짜 자연으로 만들어진 동굴에서 이 온천수로 된 이 가니까요. 너무 재밌고 신비롭고 아름답고 최고예요.
머리.
Thanks to the warm water in the cave, the interior temperature remains at 18 degrees Celsius year-round.
물이 정말 투명하고 맑아요. 이 깊은 곳에 어떻게 이렇게 맑은 물들이 많은지 정말 신기해요.
több 10 kilométert halad a föld alatt, és az alatt elég rendesen megtisztulva érkezik hozzánk. Tehát ez gyakorlatilag ivóvíz minőségű víz, amiben most csónakázunk. Igen.
The people of Hungary are keeping the cave in its natural state. You have to tolerate a bit of discomfort in order to take a look around.
지금 도저히 이렇게 몸을 숙이지 않으면 통과할 수 없어요.
The water flows from two different directions and meets here, creating the cave passages. What will happen to the city above ground if this cave gets bigger?
우선 너무 신비로웠고요. 그리고 진짜 이 동굴 위에 도시가 있고 사람이 산다고 하니까
Úristen, mi lesz, hogyha egy földrengés lesz, de szerencsére nagyobb földrengés nem volt, és építkezéseknél ebből probléma nem volt, hogy itt a házak alatt egy gigantikus barlangrendszer húzódik.
Will the city above the cave be safe? I'm going back up to check.
Barlang fölött.
This is the restaurant built above the cave.
Barlang, és itt ez már 15 méter mélyen alattunk barlang van. Ez nem fog leszakadni, itt azért ez stabil, erős.
Mondom, ne.
Itt van a barlang alattunk.
Jaj, ne csináld, ez leszakad. Ne csináld.
I can't think of a more anxiety-filled meal. I order my food, sitting above the cave.
이 동굴 위에서 이 아슬아슬하게 먹는 이 피자의 맛이 과연 어떨지 너무 궁금해요. 아마 제가 이렇게 부들부들 떨면서 먹을 것 같아요.
The owner must be unaware of how quickly I want to finish and get out. He has served me an enormous pizza.
아니 이걸 도대체 제가 어떻게 먹으려? 저 되게 잘 먹게 생겼나 봐요. 많이 먹게 생겼나 봐요.
Hát egy ilyen szép lány meg tud enni egy ekkora pizzát. Egy jó étvágyat.
Is it because I've been walking through Balaton all day?
너무 맛있어요. 다 먹을 수 있을 것 같아요.
I decide to relax and enjoy a slow meal. Suddenly, it starts snowing. While I make haste, a couple is leisurely walking in front of me carrying tubes.
Why? Why in this winter? Where? What? 아니 이 눈 오고 이 추운 겨울에 왜 튜브를 들고 가셔가지고.
They claim that swimming is perfect in this weather. A really overwhelmingly large lake appears before me. It is Hévíz, the largest hot spring in Europe.
Ez itt mind, amerre körbenézünk, ez egy gyógytó, ahol, tehát Európa legnagyobb gyógytava, ahol a hőmérséklete télen sem csökken 26 fok alá.
Hévíz means hot water. It used to be part of a count's private property in the 18th century, but was developed when the thermal water's effectiveness was verified. This large thermal lake does not cool even in the winter.
물이 따뜻해요. 어머, 진짜네. 따뜻해요.
The thermal water is said to spring from a natural cave 38 meters underground. The warm water from Topolka Cave, which I had to tour on boat, travels all the way here.
굉장히 깨끗해서.
Hévíz is the best.
The deeper end is 10 degrees hotter than the temperature of the surface. I'm going in deep to feel the warm water.
엄청 깊어요. 발이 안 닿아요. 끝이 없어요.
How can this natural wonder, created so long ago, keep flowing so blithely without stopping?
김이 이렇게 막 모락모락 나는 것도 너무 아름답고 또 어느 부분은 2m고 어느 부분은 38m고 막 너무 짜릿하고 너무 꿈 같아요. 꿈속에 있는 것 같아요.
Anyone who has seen the treasures of Hungary can only be captivated by it. I let myself into the folds of those treasures and slowly travel through time.
Un sueño parecido no volverá más y me pintaba la mano y la cara de azul.